we do like White Elephant, we do it a little bit differently.
Oh, really?
So like you pick the numbers and everything, but if you want to switch with something, you and that person have to take a shot every time.
Oh, that's a good one.
That is a good one.
That's a
Just
good one.
alcoholics.
What is good, guys? It's your boy Corey.
It's your boy John.
And welcome back to the Artistry Drop, where we feature stories from today's rising artists.
Yes,
if
sir.
you like being inspired, don't miss out on our weekly episodes, so be sure to hit that subscribe button and bell notification to be notified when we drop new episodes. Guys, we're going to dive right in. Our guest today is a photographer and stylist from Long Beach, California. She's a graduate from CSULB with a degree in journalism, and she's been in the fashion industry since she was 18. Guys, please welcome our guest, Amy Maramba.
Hey, let's go.
Thank you, Amy. Welcome to the show.
Yes,
we know
sir.
this is your first podcast.
Oh my god.
So no need to be shy or scared. We're gonna have it's a vibe on the show, so it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it is.
So this is one thing I've always said is CSULB. I've always seen
Really?
yes, I've always seen it
That's
that
what
way.
we said.
I've always seen it that way. It's like, I spell it out like CSULB.
Yeah.
But do people, because, she's even asked, like when we had her on the podcast, is it CSULB? I don't know. I have to ask more.
How do you guys pronounce
How do you
it?
guys
No,
actually?
I just say Cal State or like
Cal State,
CSULB.
Okay, yeah. See,
Yeah, I was like CSULB.
that's honestly
That's cool though. That's cool. I don't care.
I mean, it works because it literally is CSULB, but I'm sure it is like CSULB. That's just
Right.
too much for me to say.
It's a lot.
It
It's
is.
like
It
what,
is.
5 letters.
Yeah, and
Cal
State works too.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, I like saying CSULB.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just the way I see it.
Stick to it.
Will do. And
Sure.
anyways, welcome to the show. But
Yes,
before
guys.
we dive in, let's get to the drink of the day.
All right, the drink of the day is another Artistry Drop special. I mean, it kind of originated just like our previous episode. Normally in the Korean culture, they have soju mixed with Melona ice cream and then just some Sprite on top.
Yep.
But I put a little twist to it. This is so I normally see like soju, mango flavored soju, but this is apple mango.
Yeah.
And apple mango with the mango Melona, and then I topped it off with Ramu melon carbonated soda. Then I just mixed it up, garnished it with some mango and some mint, and there you have it.
Yeah, it looks fire. I mean,
Thanks.
I remember our previous drink. It had like all the
fruit.
Fruit, the strawberries, and
Right.
all that shit. So I'm glad none of that stuff is gonna get stuck in my straw this time.
Right. I thought about it.
Yeah, on our last drink. He had like little strawberry cuts, and it would get
Like
stuck,
bits?
bits,
Yeah,
and
right.
so it would get stuck in the straw. So I had a hard time. So I pulled out the strawberry, and all this stuff just comes out.
You need like a boba straw for
Oh
that.
yes, that's a
Yeah.
good
Right,
idea
right,
too.
the boba
You might
straw.
have to get a boba like
Oh,
bougie
I could
straw.
bring you some for my work.
Oh, do you
Ooh,
work
I'm
at
gonna
a boba shop? Or?
No, I work at it's like a boiling crab, but like a little bit bougier.
Okay.
So I do that on the side, but we have like fat ass boba straws because we have like
shit.
drinks like that. So I could
Yeah.
bring some.
I need that.
We might have to get some of those because that actually makes sense.
I
So.
might have to make a boba alcoholic drink.
Ooh, that would be
Ooh,
fire.
fire.
Yes, that would be fire.
Next idea.
Let's go ahead and try this. I know
Yes,
you
sir.
tried it already.
It's all good. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks,
My shit is,
guys.
of course. This shit is full right now.
It's
Ooh, that's
bomb.
good.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that is good.
That
I like
apple
that.
mango.
That's actually kind of better than our previous drink.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it has more flavor to
Alright.
me.
Yeah.
Wait,
it's
did-
because it's the same flavor. Like the previous one was lychee and strawberry, so it was kind of like different.
Yeah.
But this one's like mango on mango, so
Okay.
the flavor's like
Yeah, that shit's good.
Poppin'.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like
poppin'.
that. All right, guys. So we're gonna dive right in. So Amy, you're from Long Beach, but were you like born and raised there, or?
Yeah, so I was born there. I was raised there, but it was weird. Like my family moved us out to Orange County,
Oh, okay.
but I still went to school, literally kindergarten through high school, college. Like I still stayed out there. So even
Yeah.
I didn't really start to have friends in Orange County till like maybe I was like 14, 15 when I like started dancing.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
so I still say like, I'm out from out there because it's just like I'm literally raised out there,
Yeah.
and I was
Okay.
born there. So
Yeah.
everything I know is from over there.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. And you know what? Like, one thing I've noticed too is, you know, a lot of people that live out in like OC or something, they don't really come out to LA very much.
Yeah.
Like, is that just a thing? Is it just because, you know, everything is already over there and there's really no need to come to LA unless it's for work or some kind of event?
I mean, yeah, I feel like every city is like their own bubble, you know.
Right.
But I mean, like, I love going out to LA though.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm like always out here, so
Right.
okay, why I'm trying to like move out here, you know. With
But
Yeah.
like in OC, like I've seen a lot of like TikToks. There's so much good food out there.
Yeah, there is.
Oh, yeah.
man.
The food is so good, but also I feel like because it's just way more easily accessible. Like
Oh, right.
if you're trying to go somewhere down the street, it really won't take you 5 minutes. But you do that in LA, it's like 20 minutes,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's
That
like
is
3
facts.
miles.
Yes,
For sure,
that is,
yeah.
and that's, you know, so when we moved down here, we always had the mentality we gotta live in LA.
Right.
You know, we had no idea. It's like we could live out in Burbank, we can live out in Glendale or whatever.
The surrounding
Yeah.
The
areas.
surrounding
Yeah.
areas. But you know, it was like we had no idea. This is
Yeah.
our first time like just moving on our own and stuff like that. So we're like, you know what? We're trying to move to LA. Let's live in LA.
Right.
So,
Right.
you know, we get here and now, you know, we've been here almost 3 years. So it's like,
Wow.
you know what? Like we don't need to live here anymore. Like
Oh.
Right.
I'm down to live in Burbank. That's the next location I'm looking at
Okay.
is Burbank, you know, like but
Bougie
LA
Burbank.
Yeah, I mean honestly, LA though is like it's just too crowded here.
Yeah.
You know, it's
And-
expensive. Number one, it's
No, it is,
expensive,
sure.
but it's just also crowded. Like you mentioned, the traffic and everything.
Oh my god.
It's just too much.
It is. Wait, why Burbank? Is it because the videography is stuff?
No,
and
not
everything?
really. I mean, you know, of course, all the studios are over there.
They are.
They,
They're all
they
out.
are
They're all
over
out
there. Right now, I work for the Oscars, but you know, the Oscars area is like it's surrounded because we work with pretty much all the studios, Warner Brothers, Universal,
Yeah.
you know, Sony. So it's like, you know, at least like if I need to make a run to the studios, I can do it. It's all over there, you
Right.
know, which is nice. But other than that, living in Burbank, I feel it's more the location because I feel it's like Seattle. See, it feels like home over there because you know, like you have all the
Everything's close to each
everything
other.
is close to
Like
each
the
other.
Yeah.
mall is close to Walmart, close
Yeah.
to Costco.
That's so
Yeah.
true.
Here in
Yeah.
LA, to get to a Costco, you got to drive like 20 miles, you know?
Yeah.
It's so annoying. Yeah.
To Walmart, and
Yeah.
Walmart is like one of my go-to stores. I got to go all the way out to Burbank anyways.
Right. So
That's
you
Right.
might as well.
Exactly,
be
you
out
know.
there.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I know that's. I think that's the next location is Burbank, just because it's the only downside is it's super hot over there. Because
It
the
is way
mountains are
hotter
there.
over there.
Yeah, way
Yeah.
hot over there. But other than that, I feel like, you know, it's home. And kind of like, you know, what you mentioned about like OC and LA, like, you know, people driving out further.
Yeah.
Seattle, it literally feels like you're not leaving the city. You know, like OC, you feel like you're actually traveling to another city. And,
Right.
But with Seattle, it's like you have these cities that are super close to each other. So you'll be in Seattle and then you cross over like half a mile and you're already in a different city.
Oh, okay.
So it's like
just, it's
it's
easier.
just yeah, it's you know, it's Seattle's just one of those smaller towns and cities. So when we moved down here, it was like super big. We're like,
Yeah.
oh
Yeah.
shit, like now I see
Culture
why.
shock.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was a
yeah,
culture.
yeah,
No,
for
we
sure,
we had
yeah.
a lot of culture shock around here, living in here. But now I see why, you know, people don't necessarily need to go to LA if you live in OC, or if you live in LA, you don't need to go to OC because everything is just already here already.
Yeah,
Versus like
for
Seattle,
sure.
like Seattle, it's like you're just traveling, you know, half a mile or a mile and you're already there.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and everything is not, you know, everything is already in one spot versus here it's like everything is spread out.
out,
Yeah,
yeah.
spread
Oh,
out,
yeah.
you know. So
For
but yeah,
sure.
it that was definitely a culture shock for I think both of us.
But also in LA, like it's so weird. Like even in our area, like you know, one block is like super bougie, and then one block is ghetto, and then
Yeah,
one block is
yeah,
Right.
bougie. Like
The gentrification is
Yeah,
real.
yeah. And
like-
yeah, that was crazy. Like we'd be driving down and we're like, damn, this is a nice area. And then you get to the next street down, you're like, damn, this shit look kind of ghetto.
You're like, right. You're like, ooh, I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. But no,
Yeah.
I love living here. I love networking with, you know, people out
Right.
here. And it's
Right.
been amazing out here. And I can't see myself moving back home to Seattle like anytime soon until I retire.
Right.
You know, like
you slow down.
Yeah, exactly. But definitely Seattle is gonna be the place to retire just because, you know, that's
Home.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Same
home. You
here.
know,
I
this
feel
is
it.
this is where we just do our work, but you know, home's always gonna be home.
Yes.
You know,
sure.
so
That part.
Of course. So now I want to get into, you know, your photography and stuff. So when I started photography, I knew and heard like very little of like female photographers. I started photography
Oh,
back in
really?
I started photography back in 2015. And, you know, I didn't really know that many female photographers at the time. You know, I was watching a lot of YouTube as well. There's only male photographers out there, but you guys are killing it now. Like they're popping up all over, you know, the place, and it's crazy. But now I want to get into like what made you want to actually pick up a camera and get into photography?
Oh man. Well, okay, so I started to just help out friends. Like they were like, oh, like I'm not a model or anything like that. They just asked me like, oh, like I feel like you could like take dope pictures. Do you want to just help me? I was like, yeah, for sure. Like so I would just, you know, like do like portrait shots, stuff at the beach, just so they can like practice on me.
Okay.
And then well, that plus I feel like dancing, you know, like I try to be like pretty aware of my body, and then I would help other people like take their photos just for fun.
Yeah.
And then I bought that like starter kit from like Costco, you know,
Like the Canons?
Yeah, I think it was like a Nikon, like
Was it a Nikon?
yeah, with like the kits and everything.
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah,
just doing it for
kit
fun.
lens.
But then I wanted to like I wanted to like literally create what like just like what I would see, like the
okay.
vision of it all. So
Yeah.
I was like, well, the only way I can practice, just like even if it was for fun, I was like, the only way I could really practice it is if I just do everything.
Yeah, that is
Alright.
true.
So then that's why I did the styling with it, and then the photos. So I was like, I just want to make something, you know, like
Yeah.
so it just I started to practice and practice,
Yeah.
and it just kind of went from there.
Kind of branched out. And honestly, no, your photography is amazing.
No, it is.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank
yeah,
you.
Sure.
yeah, you're killing
Yeah.
it, you know. And so you did kind of mention it. You know, you did some modeling yourself and stuff like that. So, like, as a model, or when you were doing it, I don't know if you still do it now, but
I mean, I'm trying to honestly like. I feel like I have this newfound freedom the past couple weeks,
Okay,
so
okay.
I'm trying to slowly get back into it. If people ever needed me to do it, I would just help out. You know,
That's
like
awesome.
creators help
yeah,
creators.
of
It
course,
don't
of
matter.
course.
Yeah.
So pretty much like being a model contributed a lot to getting into photography, kind of like what you mentioned already.
Yeah, because I feel like you know how to like move and like really listen to people, take direction. So
Yeah.
I was like, okay, well, I could do that.
Yeah,
Like, you know,
right.
and then I feel like being like a woman on top of it, like
Yeah.
especially
Right,
because I
right.
shoot more girls, obviously. I feel like girls just know what girls are looking for.
Yeah, that is
So-
true.
Right.
That
No,
is
it
true.
is, yeah.
So it was like it just came naturally, and then everyone I shoot, I become friends with. So it's
Yeah, of course. No, honestly, that's facts. I mean, that's
Yeah.
just like us, you know.
Yeah.
Once you start, especially when you shoot with them more often, it's like you
Right.
guys kind of become friends, and
Yeah.
then you know how each other work.
Right.
You know, so it's like when you go into another shoot, it's so much easier than meeting a new person, and
Yeah.
you know, and that's why like I've told myself, you know, like I think I've shot with enough new people out here to the point where it's like. I'm comfortable now with just going back to the people I've shot with, just
Yeah.
for if I need content.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
if they need content, like I'm fine with just going back to the people I'm.
it's a
like,
win-win.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. You know.
And you know it's gonna be fire. Instead of just
Yeah, you already
scamming.
know it's gonna be
Yeah.
fire because you guys vibe with each other already.
Right.
So there's really no point of needing to work with somebody else unless it's like a fucking celebrity.
Right.
You know, that's
For
a
sure.
different story. It's like, you know, if Chris Brown hit me up, I'm like, okay, I'll be there, bro.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I'll be there.
I'll be
Tomorrow,
there.
right
yeah,
now?
Yeah.
All
But other than that, it's like, you know, I'm so satisfied with who I've worked with
Yeah.
and already, and I can always just reach out, hey, let's go shoot now.
Right.
You know,
for sure.
I love
No.
that.
so you did say you mentioned you picked up your first camera from Costco, right?
did.
The Nikon. So when you started learning photography, did you pick up on YouTube? Was YouTube like your teacher, or did you have like teachers, like photographer teachers?
It was like when I first just had it, literally freaking shot on auto. Like I didn't know what I was doing. I would just like kind of like trial and error.
Yeah.
Right.
But then I think the first, like I would ask a lot of my like photographer friends. Luckily,
Okay.
like one of my friends, Heaven. Oh my God, shout out to her. She like,
Hey.
she was the first person. She let me come on her shoot with my other friend, Sabria. They were doing like headshots.
Okay.
And she set up the whole studio for me, and they just let me come and take photos just to like practice on. I
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
so confused. Like I didn't know what a hot shoe was.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to sync my lights or anything,
Yeah.
and everything was just going off crazy. And
Yeah.
I was just so like discouraged. But she helped me with like the studio stuff, and then my other friend like Curtis, cool, and then
Yeah, we know Curtis.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, you
Curtis.
do?
Yeah,
Okay,
we know
yeah.
Curtis, yeah.
And then his girlfriend, like, they've taught me so much too. So
Acacia.
Yeah, Keisha.
yes,
Yeah.
I love her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so they've helped me a lot recently too.
That's
so
awesome.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
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 They're
Yeah.
good people.
friends.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are good people. And
sure.
I remember my first time, you know, because I started out with natural lighting. You know,
Same.
I
Oh my
never,
God,
I
yes.
never thought about shooting studios, and
Yeah.
you know, I've done it a couple times. It's just, it's not my thing.
Right,
I
right.
love working with natural lighting. I
same
love
here.
working with outside environments and
Right.
stuff. But when I did, you know, I actually have my own flash kits and all that too. But yeah, I had the same issue. I was like, how do I make this shit work? You know,
Yeah.
Right.
it
So
was
intimidating.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
I was not used to working with flashes, speed lights, or anything
Right.
like that. But you know, that's why YouTube was like my best friend at
Oh
the time.
yeah,
yeah.
YouTube University.
Yeah,
Now I
YouTube
use
University.
YouTube.
Yeah, it helps. But like during the first, you know, couple days when I was trying to practice with flashes, it was a bitch because I could not figure it out. I like especially adjusting the minor things, you know, the
Right.
brightness
Yeah.
on the flash and I was like, why is it looking like this? You know, and stuff. I'm so used to just using the natural lighting, adjusting
Yeah.
my ISO, you know,
Aperture,
my
whatever,
aperture,
yeah.
whatever I need to,
You
you know,
know?
and it was crazy working with flashes. And I think the first time I actually worked with flash was actually in your house. You remember when CJ came over?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I was
A
trying to
long
get
time ago.
yeah. So that was like one of my first times working with it, and after that, you know, I started bringing it outside
Yeah.
because I had wireless kits and stuff like that. But it was like, okay, I don't necessarily need these flashes outside. Like
Right.
I can manipulate the lighting outside
You
and
can,
stuff
yeah.
like that, but
It's so much work too.
it is
to think about.
Yeah, no, it is. So,
so
would you say like you've developed a love for studio photo shoots?
Wait, recently, yes. Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
I still love the natural light look. It's so like effortless
Yeah.
and like just
You have so
soft.
much you can do
Yeah, right.
outside too.
Yeah,
like-
you know, you don't have to bring all of it out.
Exactly.
Like
Right.
if like someone like a client hires me and they're like, "Oh, I want to just do natural light." I'm like, "Okay, cool." Like
Yeah.
I don't care, you know.
Yeah.
But I always suggest them if they want to do a studio, especially if like they're gonna be changing or if they're like not as comfortable.
Yeah.
Right, right.
You know, then that's why I've like tried to expand my knowledge more too. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, I mean, you know, I know every photographer is different. And it's just for me, I really love shooting with, you know, outdoors just because I like using composition.
Yeah. For
Yeah.
Sure.
You know, composition is key for me. Like
it is.
whatever I can find in the background, in the foreground, you know, it's outside. And of course with studios, like there's so many photographers that are super creative and can actually do that. But that's not me. Like I feel like I can't get that creative to the point where it's like, let me put this in the foreground and make this look dope. Or
Right.
let me put this in the background and make this look. It's just I think maybe I'm just so used to shooting outdoors already.
that's okay.
Yeah. And you know, just trying to use what I can in the outdoors and, you know, get that composition right.
Right.
But yeah, no, like I said, you know, I applaud those studio photographers, especially you know, that can actually get creative, you know,
Yeah.
with that shit, because I know I can't do that.
It's
Like,
a lot though. Like
It is.
Yeah, it's hard.
it's still so much trial and error for me. Like I'll
Yeah.
set something up and I'll take a bunch of shots. I'm like, oh, I don't like that. And
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
spend like the first like 20 minutes or so just trying to like make sure I get it all right before
Yeah.
I can just go, you know?
Yeah.
So
What's
Yeah.
your take though?
Yeah,
Like,
no, yeah. Like I feel the same way when it comes to studio shoots. Like, how do you create something from nothing? Like when you go outside, there's already something
Right.
there.
Yeah.
So you could like build off your ideas based
Yeah.
on what is already there.
Mm-hmm.
So I applaud you because going through the studio, setting it up, you know, takes a while.
Yeah, it takes
because,
time too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
So,
Unless
like-
the studio's already set up, obviously.
Right.
true.
You know,
Yes.
so I
yeah.
guess that's one thing is like if you are a studio photographer doing a lot of headshots and stuff, I mean your shit is already set up. You
Right.
just gotta go
Yeah.
in, bring your camera, put on that wireless transmitter, and,
Right, and you're good.
You're good,
good,
you
yeah.
know. So yeah, but no, I applaud studio photographers getting creative and shit. I wish I was like that. I feel like, but you know, we talked about this before. It's like I can get creative when it comes to filmmaking. But when it comes to photography, I think it's because, you know, it's a still image versus a moving image.
Right.
It's like I feel like I can't get as creative with still images versus a moving image.
Right. No, I see
Right.
that. I
Yeah.
can understand that though.
Yeah,
Right.
it is what it
Yeah.
is though. But and you know, like I said, you know, I haven't shot photos in a while just because I have been focusing on filmmaking and videography. But who knows? You know, maybe when I start doing it more, maybe I'll try studios shoots a little bit more and see if
Yeah.
I can get creative because it has been almost a year. I think I've shot photos.
Damn.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
I
been
didn't know that.
Yes, it's been a while. You know, like we've been grinding with the podcast. We've been
videos.
shooting a lot of
Right.
music videos, and you know,
Oh,
just
yeah.
haven't had time. And you know, I told myself before, like, photography was more of something to kind of practice up and get better with. So at least I can use that for filmmaking as well, you know, and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, now that I think about it, I do miss shooting photos. Which is why I definitely want to try to get back into it, but not to the point where I get sucked in, because back home in Seattle, I got sucked into it. But I needed I needed a network. I needed a grind in getting my photography better.
The content.
But yeah, the content, you know, like, and it was literally shoots every single day, even though I worked a full-time job. I would work like 3 p.m. to like midnight, right? So what I would try to do is he would come with me on his on the photo shoots to practice up and stuff like that.
Nice.
But I would schedule up these models at like 9 a.m. and then after that go to work. Like, and this was almost like 5 days a week, and I was like, we were doing this for a year plus almost.
Yeah, when we were first starting out. Yeah.
It is, but you know, I'm glad that's in the past.
Right, but you did it.
Yes,
and now you're here.
Exactly. You know, I'm glad I built a good portfolio to the point where, you know, if somebody does need photography, I can still do it.
Right.
You know, it's there, but you know, like, yeah, I do miss doing it, and you know, who knows, I might test out studio shoots again.
You can always go to it anytime you want.
Yes, exactly. It's always there. It's always there. I would say one studio I really love shooting, because I don't know if you noticed, I love neon stuff, and we shot with like neon. You know, so that one studio that we shot in downtown, it was I don't know what it was.
Urban Jungle.
Yeah, Urban Jungle.
I've heard of that.
So that place is really dope if you want to work with neons. Right. I can see myself working there multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, one thing about studios here is different from studios in Seattle. It's so like
creative.
big and creative. Yeah. Like it's not just like a normal colored black backdrop.
Yeah.
They have more to it. They have a theme. You know, they have
like
different
whole
rooms.
Setup. Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
That's
so crazy.
That's the best part about being in LA is like if you wanna. It's for photos or videos.
Yeah,
they have studios for everything.
Sure.
So it's like, you know, you can shoot pretty much anything in these studios here. Yeah, but versus back home in Seattle, it's just basic stuff.
You're limited to.
You're limited.
Yeah.
Like people I feel like don't get creative enough with studios back there, just because Seattle's not like one of those towns where it's entertainment based. It's a tech city.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like they don't really focus on how to, you know, build a studio
like
setup.
Visual aspect of it all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But here they have everything already.
Exactly.
You know, and that's why I love living here. So we have so much to work with.
Yeah.
You know. Okay, you know, going on to the next question is this. So I like to call this the juicy stuff.
Oh, God. Okay.
I love calling this the juicy stuff because it can get.
Yeah, take a sip.
Go ahead, do what you need to, because it can definitely get intense. You know, with male models, photographers. You know, but I'm gonna flip the script on this question a little bit.
Okay.
So you know, like. The question I usually love asking models is, have you dealt with creepy photographers, right? There's been too many stories out there with models dealing with creepy photographers and such like that. But now I want to flip the script and ask you, as a photographer, have you ever dealt with creepy models? And I know you work with more females, but you have worked with a couple males.
All the male people I've worked with have actually been okay.
Okay.
But
Good.
I mean... Okay, like, I'm trying to, like, think
Say it in the right way.
Yeah.
I'm grateful, you know, I haven't, like, come across that, but I know so many people that have.
Exactly, yeah. That's why I call this the juicy stuff, because there's a lot of stories, you know?
I feel like I've dealt with the creepy people, not from the guy models, but just people in the industry.
Oh, yeah.
People are savage.
Yeah.
They really don't care. Like, I feel like, especially being like a woman behind the scenes, it's so rare because usually like a man behind the scenes.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I feel like you could be talking to them and like everything's fine, and then one out of nowhere they'll flip the script and be like, "Oh, you trying to go out?" I'm like, "No, I ain't your friend."
Yeah.
I don't know you like that.
They'll be like, "Oh, but you can't have friends." I'm like, "Nah, if you're gonna act like that, I'm not gonna be your friend."
Yeah. So does this happen like on shoots that you've been on?
Not on shoots. I don't know. I can't say.
You can't say too much.
I mean, you know, we don't want you to say too much, obviously, if you don't feel comfortable with it. But, you know, more of the information we want to get is like dealing with creepy people.
Yeah.
I guess,
I mean,
you know, on shoots and stuff. How you get past it is because, you know, we've heard so many stories with Of course, it's majority of models.
Yeah.
But, you know, the fact that you're a female photographer, and
Yeah.
you're one of the first ones that we've had on here, I wanted to see, like, if you've dealt with any creepy models. But now,
Yeah.
like, you know, of course, since you have modeled and
Mm-hmm.
you've done that kind of stuff, maybe that correlates together. So, I mean, have you dealt with creepy photographers then as a model?
I mean, I feel so boring because I feel like I'm grateful like I haven't. Everyone that
Yeah.
I've worked with, and even the guys that I have shot have never given me like a weird vibe.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also feel like I'm really good at like, just like with everything I've been through, I'm really good at like standing my ground now. I think
Yeah.
before I really didn't understand my boundaries. Like I would just be nice, but like sometimes, you know, you be nice to someone and they
take
take that as an
advantage,
opening.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Especially
You
dudes.
know? Yeah.
Especially dudes. You know, me
Yeah.
and Rachel were kind of just talking about that before, and, you know, talking about her past with, you know, dudes in the car scene and, you know, stuff like that. And literally, if you're a female, no matter what, there's going to be predators.
Yeah, it's
It's
For sure.
crazy.
yeah, you can't control
Yeah,
that.
you
know?
can't. It doesn't matter what kind of niche you're in. If you're,
They're still there.
they're
Yeah.
still there,
Yeah.
you know, and it's crazy, but it's creepy.
It
No,
is
it is.
creepy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
So
We interrupt this episode with a word from our sponsor. Are you looking for a way to energize for the day? We got a product that will do just that.
Introducing Gamer Subs. Gamer Subs is a keto-friendly, zero-calorie, zero-sugar-based energy drink that introduces nootropics to sharpen focus and increase reaction time.
Gamer Subs is also organic caffeine based that will maximize energy and endurance. To make it easier, each scoop used is 100 milligrams so you don't go over your daily limit.
Each tub of Gamer Subs contains 100 servings. Gamer Subs also provides caffeine-free tubs for those that just want their daily vitamin dose without the need for caffeine.
Not only do they have energy drinks, they also have dope merch such as these waifu cups, t-shirts, and hoodies, and much more.
Are you ready to energize with Gamer Subs?
Use our code Artistry Drop on their website and receive a 10% off discount.
Hey, now back to the show. You had like friends who've dealt with creepy stories. Like, are you kind of like more aware now of like red flags when it comes to like?
yeah, I feel like okay, like I'll say one of my like friend stories. It's not like I'm not exposing anything, but
Yeah, yeah.
she told me that like
No names.
yeah, she just told me that a guy was like, oh, like I just want to work with you. We can just like collab and we can take photos together. You know, I can just send them to you. You can pick what you want. She's like, okay, cool. She
Yeah.
thought like he was really nice.
Sounded like it. Yeah.
And she was like, oh, well, since it's for free, like I'll just take you out. We could just get lunch, right?
Right.
And he literally like pushed her against the car, tried to like hook up with her after, and she
damn.
was like, what the hell? Like that's not. Like,
That's the first time I've heard
not,
something like
yeah,
that.
like I'm
Yeah.
not like she's like I'm not trying to do that. He's like, well then why would you take me out? She's like, I was trying to be nice.
my God.
She never
Right.
got her photos.
Damn.
You know,
Oh,
like
damn.
stuff like
That,
that.
yeah, see, that's fucking creepy. Like,
Yeah,
honestly, like,
I've never had that.
yeah,
Thankfully.
no, yeah, thankfully, yeah.
thankfully,
But you know,
yeah.
it's so sad for the women that have to go through that, and dudes thinking literally like, you know, if a girl invites you out, like, maybe he didn't realize. He was like, okay, you know, maybe she's just inviting me,
Right.
let's go, you know, maybe something. But did he realize that she's treating him out because he shot photos for her?
Right, just as a
Right.
courtesy.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
it doesn't have
Yeah.
to be like
It
a
doesn't-
strings attached thing.
Exactly.
Like,
So
Yeah,
I mean, I dudes are fucking weird, you know, like
not all of them, but you
not
know.
all of them, you know. I'm not, you know.
Right, you guys,
Yeah,
you guys are
same.
cool. You guys are cool.
yeah. No, but I'm just saying, you know, like we've heard so many stories, and you know, we
Yeah.
actually know a couple people that have actually done this from Seattle, and you know, shit like that. And
Yeah.
it's crazy when you hear these stories because it's like, damn, you never would think a dude would be like this, you know,
Right.
and
Like
And
the
it kinda-
common sense.
Right.
Yes.
And it kind of ruins it for us. Like,
yeah,
the-
as
the-
actual people that
Yeah.
love the art form.
Yeah, it
You
sucks.
know,
Yeah.
it does. So, you know, that shit's never gonna change. I feel like. Have you heard of a photography blacklist?
No.
Yeah. So
What's that?
it's the juicy stuff.
that's the juicy
Dun-dun.
stuff. So I mean, so you know, we never knew about this, but back home in Seattle, you know, a model used to always shoot with. After one of our shoots, she was talking about. Have you guys heard of the photography blacklist or photographer blacklist?
God.
Like, no, what the hell is that? You're just like, well, it's, you know, like the model community comes together, creates a list, and they put down all the photographers that they've worked with that are creepy. You shouldn't work with them. So and then they literally have this list
Right.
for models that can go through. Like, if this photographer hit you up, you already
Yeah.
know to avoid him.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, shout out to the models doing that though,
Facts.
because it's
Yeah.
like you really got to protect yourself.
Facts.
Exactly.
No,
No.
yeah, and you know, I feel like it's super underground though.
Yeah.
You know,
I didn't
it's
know
super-
that. Oh my God.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm
They
saying.
have one here in LA too.
They have one here. Yeah, we
supposedly.
were told that.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
I
fucking
want to know now.
Yeah, see, honestly, you might have to do some research and look
Right.
around.
Ask
and
your
stuff.
model friends.
Yeah, as your model friends. But
I
yeah,
will.
it's out there, and you know, it's crazy to the point where you know there has to be a blacklist. That just
Right.
means these dudes are using photography.
power.
Yeah, their power,
right.
their photography, just to meet females. They're not using it for the art form of photography.
Right. Oh,
You know,
that
and-
makes me
Right.
so sad.
And yeah, it does suck for a lot of us that actually love the art form.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, for sure. So talking about creeps, like, you know, females deal with a lot of creeps. And
Right.
do you feel like, you know, women are more comfortable shooting with you since you're a woman as well?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Like
Yeah, I
I
can
feel
see
like
that.
that's like one of the first comments that I get because people obviously like the people that I work with too. Sometimes they're not like models. They just want to like hire me for like portraits or like a birthday shoot or whatever. And they're like, I've never done this before. And I'm like, no, girl, like I got you. Like
Yeah.
Hey.
I'm like your hype woman,
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
friend, but then also like you know like I'll give direction and I feel like so I mean like I don't know if it's different because with guys I feel like girls see things that guys can't sometimes. So like I
No,
feel
that
like
is true.
That is-
Yeah, that's true.
So like maybe like I'm not saying this like applies to you guys, but I feel like with guys who are shooting like just all like hot like lingerie models, like I
yeah.
feel like you see a
With
girl,
our-
and
Yeah.
I feel like if you see a girl and she's in a pose, you're just sometimes they think like, oh, that's perfect, right? Because she's beautiful,
Yeah.
You're right.
which is like, you know, that makes sense, but also like there's things you can like tweak and
Right,
things
right.
you can adjust for her that will make you know elongate, do things that will make her more comfortable.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I try
yeah,
to
for
do
sure.
that.
No, and
So-
I 100% agree with that because, you know, when it comes to the filmmaking process, and it's the same, like photography and filmmaking correlate together, right?
Right.
But having a team there and, you know, everybody does their own job. So you're the
Yeah.
photographer. You have a stylist that will deal with that.
Yeah.
You have maybe, you know, there are people out there that are professional pose, like they help people
yeah.
pose.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, as a photographer, you're just there to snap the shots, get the angles you need. Then you have your stylist; they can adjust whatever they need to. You
Right.
know? And that's why I think it's key. Definitely is like having a team, and you know that's why with the filmmaking thing, you know, I'm creating this team. So when we go out and shoot these videos and stuff like that, everything is so smooth.
Yeah.
Because you
Right.
know, for me, I'm the director, I'm the camera operator. I don't see a lot of things, and
You're
I
just
don't
doing your part.
Exactly,
Yeah, right,
and
right.
I don't see it until I edit the videos. So like, you know, like one of our boys, we shot a music video. Will,
Yeah.
and I didn't. So there was a piece of pepper in his teeth, and
Oh,
I did not,
no.
and I did not notice that until I go to editing. I'm like, bro, look at this piece of pepper in your teeth, and we're like, oh fuck, like you know, I now I go back, shit. I wish we would have had somebody that can
Yeah.
notice
Right,
that, you know.
right.
So
Yeah.
it just shows you know, like photography, filmmaking, it's a team effort as well.
It
Yeah.
is.
You know, it's
it really
it's
is.
especially you know once you get to the point where you're doing like magazines and all that kind of stuff.
I know.
It's good having a team that can actually, and
Yeah.
that's how they
Yeah.
do it here. You know, like you have your stylist, makeup artist, everybody's on set. You have your photographer, everybody's there helping and doing their part. Versus you know like morely us, we're more freelancers, so we're a one man team.
Yeah,
Yeah,
oh,
right.
the
That's the
struggle
thing.
to do
Yeah,
everything
that's
You gotta do
yourself.
everything.
Yeah, we got to do
Yeah.
everything. But you know, that's why I said, you know, it's great. Eventually, like once people trust your work, you can bring them onto the team, and then
Yeah.
you just start building up from there. And then you know you get to the part where you form a business, and you know you start to pay your people.
Yeah.
Eventually, you know,
Yeah.
and that's the goal with you know my production stuff. You know,
Right.
like being able to pay all of us doing you know all these filmmaking because of course
Yeah.
everything right now everybody's attributing to you know their art form. You know, we're
Yeah.
all building up our portfolio still, and the only way to
Yes.
do that is like you have to do some work for free.
You got you got
you
to
know?
do it.
Yeah, you got to
know?
do it,
Network,
and
yeah.
that's just how it is. You know, so yeah, like
Yeah,
I said,
for sure, yeah.
you know, maybe eventually you're gonna build up your team, and,
Right.
Yeah, and you're gonna be killing it.
Oh, thank you.
Of course.
I do well, with Curtis and like Acacia, we have our team. We
really?
haven't done
Okay.
as much lately, but it's called the Click Space.
Yeah, I've heard, yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
I've seen him
so-
post about it. Yeah,
Yeah, so shout out to Curtis for bringing me on for that. So like
Hey.
we all like bounce off ideas, and if we need each other, we're just like, hey, like, he'll be like, can you style this for me? Like, Keisha's gonna do the makeup.
Yeah.
Like, we're gonna just collaborate, and we all like split everything.
That's
So
dope.
like
Yeah.
we have that. I feel like we're just trying to slowly get everything in order, but
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, no, exactly.
They're
And,
dope.
hey, once
out.
you start working with those big budgets, though,
I know.
Yeah,
I
it's
know.
gonna be
It's gonna be
amazing. You know, like that's where
One day.
Yeah, one day. You know, we're still working towards those big budgets because you know, like, of course, filmmaking is different from photography. Like, there's so much equipment I'd love to use that costs thousands of dollars.
So much money.
So much money,
is.
but you know, it's like. It's great though because you know when artist gives us a budget to work with, it's like, okay, how can I get creative with this amount of money and utilize something that looks similar?
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
so it's like that. It pushes the creativity.
Right.
Instead of using like being easy and hey, here's $10,000, do what you want. I go crazy.
Right, you're like, I could just buy everything
Yeah,
instead of like
exactly.
trying to make it work. Like, little
Exactly.
things.
So
yeah.
you know, I do love trying to get creative with smaller budgets just because it pushes my creativity.
Yeah.
It makes me work harder. It makes me think harder. So it's like I'm fine with smaller budgets, but I want that big ass budget eventually because you know when I see these people working with big ass camera cranes, I'm like, I want that shit.
Yeah, you're like, that would be great for me. Like, I could do
Yes.
that. Like,
It's
Exactly.
like endless creativity.
Yes,
Yes,
endless creativity.
yes.
Once you have that $100,000 budget for music,
you're like, it's over for y'all.
shit's
Yeah, it's over.
I'm good.
We just
you know?
need that one big shoot.
Right.
Exactly.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Hey,
for sure.
manifest.
Yes.
You
Yes,
know?
sir.
Okay, so every photographer, you know, we all have our different process of setting up a shoot. You know, so what's your thought process when it comes to scheduling a model, finding locations, and like concepting a shoot?
I feel like I guess it depends if it's like a collaboration or if it's like someone who's hitting me up for like a shoot that they're hiring me for.
Yeah.
I try to talk to them about like first what they want, you know, like what style of shoot that they're looking for. I also don't mind ever finding the location for them. I try to make it as easy as possible for whoever I'm working with. Especially because people don't really know where to go or what studios to look for or like what areas. So I just try to suggest, you know, like the places I've been or like the connections that I have to like bring down their budget or anything. And I always try to work with them in that way.
Yeah, that's
But
dope.
yeah, so but with collaborations, I usually like the model and then like if it's a stylist or something, we all like put in the same amount of money. So we're splitting everything, which is really nice.
Exactly.
I just like, I feel like it's important to, you know, set your expectations and your boundaries first before going into it so no one feels like I'm giving more than the other or
Right.
or anything like that and to, or to make the client or let the client know like, hey, if you need this by this time you have to just plan with me beforehand so like I don't feel rushed and I want to make sure you get what you need the photos for whatever it is on
It's like
time.
communication.
Yeah, like I'm just
communication.
always communicating and even if there's like a hiccup or whatever, as long as I feel like as long as you're honest,
Right.
everyone understands. Like we're all human. You don't have to be perfect, but I feel like as long as you tell people what's going on, it's all good. Like
Right.
yeah.
Exactly.
No, 100% agree.
Yeah.
It's all genuine.
Yeah.
Speaking about like different styles of shoot, I noticed that you shoot a lot of different styles. You do portraits, fashion, editorial, events, entertainment. Is there one style of shoot that you're most drawn towards? Or do you just like love everything?
I feel like fashion is my favorite.
Okay.
Because then you get to like the type of clothes that people wear and like
I agree.
the compositions are way more creative than as just like a portrait shoot.
That's true.
You know, but yeah, I would say fashion and then I would love to do like more events and stuff. I haven't really gotten into that just yet just because like when I started to do it I think I just switched over like I stopped going to so many events and then I went to more like portraits. That's what people were just like hiring me for, which is totally fine. Like I love it because then I can actually connect with who I'm talking to.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, fashion, and then I would say if I could go toward like event photography or something like that, that would be great.
What kind of events would you do?
Like I would even if it's casual, like if it's like a LA like day party or if it was like BTS behind the scenes of something, like that would be cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
one thing I've had one opportunity back home to shoot a concert. I shot Trey Songz, Eric Bellinger, Jacquees.
Awesome.
And that was the first opportunity I had, and I was like, this shit is actually fun.
Right.
You know, this shit for me when it comes to events, I wouldn't mind shooting concerts again. Have you tried concerts yet?
I haven't actually. Like that's like kind of intimidates me a little bit.
It's hard because you got to capture the right moment and take
Yeah.
so many photos.
Right, and I feel like I low-key get caught up. I'm like hyped there for the music.
No, that's facts. You're like you
want to enjoy it.
Yeah,
but
you're
you
there
can't.
for work, but then you're enjoying the concert as well.
Right.
And yeah, that's the thing I would say sucked is because I was there morally because artists that we were working with, shooting music videos for, she opened up for them.
Oh,
so
wow.
she invited me to come shoot a little behind the scenes and photos and stuff. But then we still stuck around for the concert, and that's how I had the opportunity to shoot for them and stuff like that. And
so good.
and it does suck because you're there for work, but and then you're also trying to enjoy the concert. Right. So it's like when they're performing and I'm just shooting, I'm like like I'm bobbing my head.
Yeah,
and shit,
you're like, oh, shit, wait,
yeah. But it is hard, and I wouldn't mind trying event photography or concert photography again and just see, but it's like it's hard. Because you have to have connections. Like I wouldn't have been able to shoot that if it wasn't for the artists we were working with before. So if you don't have the right connection, or if I know another way to do it is you have to be part of media.
Like a team.
A team.
Yeah.
So it's like they'll get the media passes for you, and then they'll send you off and shoot it.
Yeah.
If
or
you
an
don't
agency.
or an agency.
Right.
If you don't have that, you're not going to be able to shoot unless you're attending a concert. You got a long ass lens and
one of those really long.
Yeah. That's the only other way, and make it seem like you were there shooting for them. But other than that, like I think it's really hard to get into those type of events. If you had the opportunity to shoot a concert, who would be your goal artist, your dream artist to work with?
Oh my gosh. That's a great question. I've never thought about this.
On the spot.
Who am I listening to lately? Oh, I love Doja.
Doja?
Yes.
Yeah. She can perform too.
Yeah.
Yes,
She can,
She kills it.
Oh my gosh, she's so good.
Yeah.
And my friend, she backup dances for her, so I'd be I'm trying to find her.
That's dope.
Yeah. Not a lot of people know, but Doja used to dance.
She did. Oh my god, that's why
music.
I have so much respect for her.
Yeah. She used to battle and pop and
I
everything.
know.
Now,
I saw a
it's
video
crazy.
of her and I was like, what?
Did you see that video of her on TikTok where she was dancing towards I think they were in her makeup car or whatever, and she was doing hella twerks fast, and then one of the dudes are like, what the fuck?
They're like, wait, what?
Yeah,
She's super random too.
That was funny. That was random, but that shit was funny. What about you? When it comes to, I don't think I've ever asked you. I mean, of course, Chris Brown.
Oh yeah,
that'd be goal for both of us.
Oh,
but other than Chris Brown, who would you want to actually shoot?
Shit, anybody who dances. I'm a dancer as well. So Usher, Chris Brown.
Usher, that'd
would
be so
dope.
good.
Yeah.
That's monumental. Who else? There's a lot of smaller artists too, like Tone Stith. He's coming up.
No, that's facts.
Just a lot of dancers, people who actually perform.
Not someone who just stands there. I'm trying to think
Exactly,
of
who can just sing.
Yeah.
Just a singer. There's a difference between a performer and
there
a
is.
singer.
Yes.
Yeah, so I wanna shoot a performer.
That's facts.
Yeah.
But then it's gonna be hard capturing the moment sometimes.
No, it is, yeah.
Yeah, because
they're always moving.
Yeah, you're gonna have to change your shutter speed and shit like that,
Oh my god, see, thinking about it, I'm I'm stressed.
Hey, so sometimes it is easier shooting people that don't dance as much versus people that, just walk around on stage. And actually, I didn't think about that because, Eric Bellinger, Trey Songz, they didn't do shit. They didn't dance or anything. So it was it was easy. They were more interacting with the audience versus dancing or moving around and stuff. So actually I didn't think about that till now. It's easier to capture artists that don't dance versus artists that would dance.
Right.
So capturing Chris Brown, I mean, you could speed up your Chris Brown.
Chris Brown.
You can speed up your shutter speed and capture those moments.
You gotta close your
and stuff.
aperture for sure.
Yeah, facts. So, but hey, I mean, I would love to shoot some movements like that too.
Yeah,
I've never actually tried shooting dancers in general.
Yeah.
Have you tried shooting dancers in general?
Not while they're actually dancing.
Yeah.
I'll give them dance poses. It's easier to do that, but not they're not actually fast paced dancing. I've
I
never
think that
done
would be dope though because
that's something I've always wanted to do.
Yeah,
actually.
I mean, imagine the dope poses and movements you can get of them when they don't even know that they're doing it.
Right.
And then you show them, and you're like, that shit is fucking dope.
Right.
Even if they're b-boys, getting in b-boy poses, or if they're doing a windmill or that shit would be dope. I've never attempted that.
Yeah, I feel like too, like especially because like you dance, I feel like you would know what to look for.
Oh yeah, for
because
sure.
you dance too, instead of just being like, okay, I have to like time it out.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Like,
But hey, if you have that fast shutter speed, just hold it and
You're
you know
good.
you're good.
let him freestyle.
Yeah, exactly. You're good.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
you know, going back to photography stuff, I feel like all of us have had some sort of bad experience. You know, I would say my worst experience was actually not with him, but
I was like,
whoa.
damn.
no, it was
That's
on
why I
a
don't model no more.
no, it was on a shoot.
Tired.
It was on a shoot we did together with a model, and short,
Ooh,
Short.
yeah.
Short.
Small, big one.
the drink is getting me right now. So small story short.
Small
so pretty,
story short.
whatever. It's you get what I'm saying.
Long story
Long
short.
Long story short.
He said
There we go.
small story short.
I had to think about it. I was like, oh, it sounds right.
There we
but I
go.
don't know.
Long story short, there we go. Okay, we got that. Okay, we got that out of the way. Okay,
Okay.
so pretty much what it was, you know, I posted a story. This girl hit me up, said she wanted photo. Majority of the people we were shooting with back home in Seattle just wanted cool photos. They weren't models or anything like that.
Yeah.
Facts.
So she was one of the ones that hit me up. I was like, yeah, let's do it. You know, this is when I was trying to build my portfolio. So I was giving free photo shoots to anyone that wanted it, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah, she hit me up, brought him. We shot in downtown Seattle. And when we met with her, shit was the most awkward thing I've ever had to deal with. You know, what we would do is we would take turns. So I'll shoot, and then after I'm done, he'll take over and do his shoot, you know? So
Right.
take turns and stuff. But yeah, like, this was the quickest shoot I've ever done. It literally lasted me 5 minutes. Every time I asked her a question, she was a mute. She would just look at me confused and not answer the question.
What?
And it was really awkward for me because I'm super extroverted. So
Yeah.
it's like, you know, when you're talking and you're trying to communicate with somebody, you expect them to communicate with you back.
Yeah.
But when you're communicating with them and they're just looking at you, muted,
Right.
She
you're like,
didn't say anything?
nothing. This shit was fucking weird to me.
Right.
Weird.
Yeah, I mean, he had a different experience. I mean, almost
yeah,
the same, but
yeah, and then like also too, like, you know, we mentioned this on the other episode, but like, you know, when we reached out to her IG was like super girly, feminine, and we're like, okay, this is what we'll expect.
Yeah.
And then, you know, talking to her, and then when she showed up, it was like all like tomboy. She looked like she didn't really want to be there. Like,
Yeah.
when we were
Oh.
talking to her too, because we always talk to the model just to break the ice, get to
Right,
know
right,
them,
yeah.
build a connection before we shoot.
Right,
You know,
that's
so the
important.
chemistry is like better, you know?
Yeah.
But she would like, we were asking her
not
simple
having it.
questions like, oh, what'd you do today? Like, where do you work at? You know, stuff like that. But she wasn't even answering, or like when she did answer, it was like one word question. I'm
yeah.
good.
Or she would nod her head.
Yeah,
and
no.
Like,
you're
she
like,
wasn't trying to converse back.
No.
Right,
It
right.
was just...
it was
Yeah.
just
It
super
was so weird.
awkward and
Yeah.
it was weird, and that's why I ended the shoot so quick because
Yeah.
majority of my shoots, you know, they go from 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah.
At least, you know,
Yeah.
that's I would
average.
say, yeah, average
Right.
average standard time, you know.
Yeah.
But 5 minutes?
Dang. Wait, how did you out? I'm just sorry. I'm like flipping it. How'd you end it? Like, was it weird when you ended this
No, so
photo
pretty
shoot?
much how I ended it, you know, I was like, you know, shoot.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we're good. I think we got some good photos, you know, like, hey, it was good shooting with you. John will go ahead and take over.
Right.
You know,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
something like that along those lines.
And then we both walked away. We're like, that was fucking weird.
yeah.
Yeah, like,
It
that's
was
weird,
the
bro.
weird-
Like-
yeah, it was the weirdest shit. So, you know, now knowing our story, have you ever dealt with anything super like weird like that? Or have you had any bad experiences or shoots at all?
Maybe like awkwardness.
Awkwardness,
too.
yeah.
Some people, like, there have been times where, like, if I'm doing a boudoir shoot and people are really awkward and they're like,
yeah.
they're just not taking direction well.
Yeah.
Or if they like I'm trying to tell them what to do and they're just like really in their head. But I try to, like, you know, hype them up, like,
Right,
you know.
you have to, yeah.
Yeah, but
You have to, yeah.
Yeah.
But then, like, especially it's weird because they'll text me and when they're talking to me, they're so open
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like they seem so like
Is this
I'm ready,
before
I'm
you
down
met
for this.
them?
Yeah, like
Okay.
sometimes it's like a lot of people like that before I haven't
Okay.
met them. But yeah, and then you meet them and they're just like really
Super
not
awkward.
yeah, like they're not
Yeah.
about it. But like
Yeah.
Or it's more so if they haven't communicated with, like, they'll tell me, like, oh, I needed the photos by, like, this day. I'm like, okay, cool. And they're like, oh, actually, like, can I get it by, like, 3 days? And I'm like, girl, I'm not doing that for you. Like, I got other people before you. Like, you gotta respect it, you know?
Yeah,
so, like,
No, for sure.
that's probably the only, like, bad things I've experienced. But no one ever too awkward, thank God.
Yeah. But still, that is kind of weird, too. You know, like, I mean, I guess I can kind of see it is because, you know, when you work with, I guess, would you consider them like introverted when you finally meet them in person?
Yeah, like different vibe than what I would get from like you said, like an Instagram or
Yes.
like texting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So social media or being behind the phone is like their cover. So it's like you can be super active and all that behind the phone, but like once you meet them, they're just more shy. They're more introverted. And there are people
which is
like
okay.
that. Yeah, that's fine.
Right.
You know, there are people like that, but it does suck at a certain extent because it's like, once you start talking to them, you're like, oh, yes, I'm fucking excited for this shoot.
Right.
Then when you get there and you're like, okay, this wasn't how I planned it because you thought originally they were super hyped and all that, but then it kind of brings you down. And
you're like, I'm giving you all of me, like, give it back.
Right, exactly.
Has there been a time where you've kind of, you know, when that has happened, have you lost energy? Like from doing it, you're like, I'm trying to hype you up, but it's like you guys aren't following what I'm trying to, you know, teach you.
I feel like I haven't necessarily like lost energy. I try to really like keep it going, and I feel like I've had a lot of practice with that. Just like, especially like, you know, networking and everything. Like you got to keep the conversation going.
Exactly.
Like just keep trying to like make more happen to bring more out. So I mean, it is. I will say it's kind of draining at times. But I try to do my best to. You know, I'm like, no, like, you got this, girl. They're like, okay, like, you know, like.
And I think, with you being a female as well, and, you know, working with other females, I think it's a lot easier versus a dude. You know, I think if it was one of us or a dude photographer, especially working in boudoir and stuff like that, it would be harder for them. And that's understandable. You know, they might feel more uncomfortable versus being with a female photographer. But the fact that you're saying, like, it's still the same, it's probably just because they're shy in general.
It's okay. You know, like it was a different vibe than what, and especially the photos that they'll send me, like inspo photos. So that's what they'll send me, like all this inspiration, and it's like what they're bringing is so opposite than what their expectation was. Oh my God! I just thought of a story.
Tell us. Tell us.
Oh my God! I don't know what I should say.
You don't have to say names. You can tell us a story.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was just this was probably like the only experience that like really like I was so annoyed.
Okay.
It was like I was working with this company and they sent me all this inspo for like they wanted like bright, airy, kind of like blogger like publication status, you know, like just natural light, all this stuff, you know. And they were like, okay, cool, like this is exactly what we want. And I said I just need one thing, like you just have to have natural light. They're like, oh well, we actually don't have windows in our space. And I was like, okay, well, like, so we hopped on a call and like I got like a tour of everything, and it was like zero windows.
Zero windows.
The walls were like green and the orange, so just imagine the color correction.
Like all the lights reflecting back onto the subject.
It was like not so, and then I was trying to explain, you know, like, hey, like if I can like suggest this and this, they'd be like, no, like I kind of want it like this. I'm like, all right, well, this is like kind of the best I could do. And I would tell, like, they were like, oh, well, we're not going to pay you till after we see some.
Oh, wow.
Like,
that's like, almost standard with any business.
Which I understood. I was like, okay, so I'll give you some like mock edits, you know? And I was like, I'm just letting you know, like, what you gave me versus what I could work with was very different. Like, Flash is always going to, obviously I had to use Flash. I was like, Flash is always going to look a little more posed, a little more commercial, but you want like natural, you wanted natural light, but I couldn't do really anything with like, the space you gave me. And I even suggested, I was like, would you want to rent out a studio? I can really suggest some like cheaper places with that literally looks like an office, like kind of what you're going for. And they're like, no, like I think we're going to stay here. Like this is like what we want to showcase. I'm like, okay, whatever, you know, I'm not pushy. So I try to make do, but and then I just feel like the photos were not what I expected, like what I know I could produce for what they envisioned. So that was unfortunate.
I mean, hey, it works out like that sometimes, and you know, it is unfortunate that you had to work with a company that wouldn't work with you. You know, and that's the thing. It's like I feel like companies or businesses or whatever, if they're trying to get work done, they've seen your work, they know what you can do, they should trust you automatically.
Right.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Especially as a professional.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
if they've already seen your work, they should already know what you can accomplish for
Right.
them. So they should trust what you're trying to do. If you needed to rent out a studio, they fucking should have let you rent out a
Right.
studio.
Right.
Yeah,
You
because
know?
they even brought up my past shoots. They're like, "Oh, you did this shoot for Puma," or like the event that you did. I was like, it was outside,
Outdoor,
Yeah.
yeah.
right, beautiful, like
Yeah.
everything was like this. You're like, this is what we want. I'm like, but you're in an office. It's
Yeah.
green.
Yeah.
It was like not even a nice green. It was like a yellow green.
Yeah.
It was really bad. Like,
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, and that sucks, like I said, and that's why I think, sometimes you might have to pass on those gigs if you can't.
Yeah.
Like, they hit you up for a reason. They hit you
Right.
up because they loved your work, they loved your past work, and all that. So they should have automatically trusted what you were going to accomplish
Yeah.
for them. And
Right.
if they can't work with you, then you just got to be like, I think I'll pass on this gig.
I gotta do that more.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm
Because
really
I'm
bad
very,
at saying no
I'm
about
very
that.
picky when it comes to that. Like, of course, who doesn't love money? Who doesn't love extra cash? I'm all about that.
Yeah.
But I also care about my artwork. I also care about my art
Yeah.
form. So if I can't
Yeah.
do it a specific way, then there's no point in me working with you. And
Yeah.
like you guys hit me up for a reason.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do the work that I usually do, and you guys have seen it.
Yeah.
I'll do it for you. But if you want me to do something that's totally out of that realm, then fuck you guys.
Right.
Yeah,
You
it's
know?
like it's draining on both
Yeah.
ends.
Yeah.
It's like you just spent all your time and money like and on
Right.
me, and then I'm spending all my energy, all these hours trying to make this work, and it's just not what you like wanted. Like
Yeah.
Right.
it just didn't match, you
Yeah.
know. So
Because
Exactly.
also like your name is on the line, and that's like
Yeah,
quality. You
that's
want to
so
keep
true.
that quality.
Yeah.
Is like if you're not giving me what I need to fulfill this shoot
Yeah.
into the fullest potential that I know I could
Right.
do, like then it's not worth it for me.
yeah, exactly.
So it's like,
And I
yeah.
think that's a mentality a lot of people should start working on, is because it's your craft.
Yeah.
And your name will be put on it, and if it's not the best work you've ever done, then
It's,
was it worth it?
Yeah.
You
even
get what
with
I'm
like
saying?
music videos, that's
Yeah.
why we're picky about like who
we work with, yeah. artists.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If the artist doesn't have a good song, I'm not gonna want to.
I'm not
with
gonna
them.
like. I don't
Yeah.
want to represent. Like I don't stand behind your
Yeah,
song.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not
yeah,
trying to
yeah.
like.
And of course, and I'm not gonna hate on any artist because their
Right.
song is like bad or anything. It's
Right.
just like I'm picky to the point I know what my work can do, and I want to work with somebody that has a song that can actually bring my work out too.
Yes, you complement each other.
You complement
Yeah.
each other, and I think that's very important. With photography and filmmaking, or any art form, honestly.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
it just makes more sense. So yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people have to try to get that in their head, move away from it's good money, but if it ruins your art form, was
It's
that
not
worth
for
it?
you,
Yeah,
yeah.
Right, exactly.
So all right, so we're gonna move into our little game now.
Oh my god.
All right. Yes, here on the Artistry Drop, we want to bring something new and exciting onto the show. So today we're going to play a game called Artistry Roulette. Here's how the game is going to go. You're going to choose a number between 1 and 6. Each number will contain a random question, which you only have 15 seconds to answer. Each
Okay.
question that goes over 15 seconds will cost you a sip of that drink. Amy, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, and just to be clear, because we forgot to change that, but
Yeah.
you are gonna answer all 1 through 6.
Okay.
It's just you can choose like
The
what
number?
the number.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I figured.
Yeah,
Okay,
just to
I
let
got
you know,
you.
because we did get asked that. We're like, he asked, I'm answering all. Like, yeah, like yeah, he
No, I'm
didn't.
ready.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's do
That's what I
it.
thought.
All
Okay.
right.
So choose a number between 1 and 6.
2.
What is your biggest pet peeve?
Start now.
Oh my god. I really don't like cocky people. People who are very like arrogant, like I can like feel it when I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure the person next to you across the street probably doesn't know who
Yeah.
you are. So don't act like you're better than the
Facts.
next person, because I'm sure we can all learn something from each other.
No,
Yeah,
that's facts.
that's
but
facts.
you did go through 21 seconds, so you have to take a drink.
You're gonna have to take a drink. of that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No, but
pressure.
I agree with you because there's been a lot of times I've heard a lot of cocky people talk about themselves
Oh, yeah.
constantly and stuff
Yeah.
like that, and it gets you're like, okay, I'm done with you. Like
Yeah.
immediately.
Yeah, like
you know?
confidence is so different. Like
It
I
is,
like
it
I
is.
love when you can like you're confident to speak about yourself and
Right.
like be proud of yourself. That's a totally different thing.
Yeah.
But if you're
Right.
like yeah, I do this, you know, like I'm a name drop some people, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
bro, I don't give a fuck. Like,
Exactly.
I bet that's a lot in LA too.
That is, I think that's
Yeah.
a LA thing too.
It
It's
really-
because
it
you know
really
everybody.
is.
Yeah, you live in a
Yeah.
city where like all celebrities pretty much live here.
Yeah,
And
influencers,
influencers.
Right.
So it's
whatever.
like, it's like, hey, I can get you. I know this person. I can get you this. You know.
yeah, I'm like, I can get myself that too. It's like, thank you.
Facts,
Like,
facts,
Everybody
facts.
has connects out
No,
here.
yeah,
you don't need
like-
to flaunt it.
Yeah,
Come on.
yeah. they do.
Yeah.
All right, one through, or
my
you
God.
chose two. So 1, 3, 4, 5, or 6.
I'll do 4.
4. So what is your favorite holiday and why?
Start.
Christmas.
But why?
Because my birthday's 4 days after Christmas,
Oh,
and I get
okay.
to see like my dad's side is like my Filipino side, so it's huge.
Okay.
Like we literally get together, we do white elephant. Oh my god, I'm gonna go over because I really want to say. Okay, I'll just take a sip. 'cause I
Okay.
know what I'm
Yeah,
gonna say.
You're almost there.
Yeah, you're
It was
almost
like
there.
It's a
14
long-
seconds.
I know, but it's a fun story. Like,
Okay, okay. We wanna hear it.
Yeah, we want to hear it.
Well, I love Christmas because I get to see both sides of my family, like
Mm-hmm.
my mom's side and then my dad's side. But my dad's side is like, we're fucking lit. Like,
Yeah.
we're like a big ass Filipino family.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, we, like, literally, because I always come in late because I'm coming from my mom's side of the family.
It's a Filipino thing.
Yeah, it is.
Always being late.
Yeah, I'm always late. They're like, where the fuck have you been? Like, I've been texting. I'm like, I had to come from,
Filipino time.
you know, like, I had to come from over there. And then literally, like, they'll hand you, like, shots.
Oh,
right
yeah.
when you walk in,
Yeah.
we have, like, this back, you know, like, the back houses, like,
Yeah.
where all the titos drink
Yeah.
and, like, they
Yeah.
play cards.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, we're all the cousins were always out there. We just, you know, hang out, go ham.
Yeah.
And then when we do, like, white elephant, we do it a little bit differently.
Oh really?
So, like, you pick the numbers and everything, but if you want to switch with someone, you and that person have to take a shot every time.
Oh, that's a good. That's
That
a good
is a good one.
That's a
Just
good one.
alcoholics.
No, honestly, we
might have
we're
to
gonna
do that.
to do that.
It's so much
Yeah,
fun.
no, but you know
I love
what?
my
Like,
family.
Filipino family parties. You know, I've talked about this. Super fun. I'm half Filipino.
Same.
And are you half?
I'm half.
Oh,
Yeah.
what's your other half?
Japanese.
Oh, okay,
I thought
yeah.
you were a full Filipino.
Oh my god, I've never gotten that before.
Really? I
yes.
thought you were literally full Filipino.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, but
never
and
gotten
also
that.
it's your last name. That's a Filipino
It
last
is.
name.
Thank
that's
you.
true, yeah.
Thank you. Oh my god,
Yeah,
I don't
of
have to
course.
explain myself.
But no,
It's
yeah,
great.
no, like I miss those family parties because during Christmas, Thanksgiving, our family parties were fucking lit. Like my uncles and everything, you know, we used to have it at one of my uncle's houses. They got a nice ass house.
Right.
Usually just chill in the garage and everybody's just drinking and
Right.
talking stories and all.
Right.
It's fun, you know. I miss having those parties, but you know, it got to the point where you know everybody kind of branched out. They're
Yeah.
doing their own thing.
Your own
so-
families,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. But I miss those big ass family parties because
I'm not Filipino, but
It's all good.
Yeah, I'm
He's a-
Lao Vietnamese, and I've was grown
The
up with.
Vietnamese are lit too.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
But I have definitely like a smaller family, so you know we're really chill. But every time I would go over to his house, with his parents and his family, like during the games and whatnot, it's
Seahawks
lit.
games.
Yeah, Seahawks
Yeah.
games. Yeah.
yeah. So like
poppin'.
definitely it's like one of my uncles I'm really close to and my cousins. We usually have we watch the Seahawks games every Sunday. So
Okay.
every Sunday is a fucking party.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
drinking, eating good ass food. And yeah, he's
Right.
been there a few times and he knows how it is. But yeah, we get fucking lit on Seahawks.
Yeah,
games.
it's like it's 0 to 100. There's no in between.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
no, for sure.
And that's why I miss, I'd say probably that's one of the things I miss a lot back home is just being with the family, having, you know, parties like
Yeah.
those,
Right.
drinking with them and
Yeah.
all that. You know, when we first moved down here, it was me and him, it was only me and him, you know, watching Seahawks games on TV.
Right, you only had each other.
Yeah, we only had each other, you know, for maybe the first year, but and then, you know, once we started doing more shoots and then we started hanging out with other people, meeting more people, and then, you know, branched out finally. But
Yeah.
yeah, during that first few months to a year, it was boring for us.
Oh, I know.
We moved right when
understand.
COVID hit too.
Yeah, we moved. Yeah, so
it was
everything
like-
was shut down.
Nowhere to go, nothing
Nowhere to
to
go.
explore.
Yeah, so it's we moved here.
Yeah.
I think it was September 2019. So you know we only had 4 5 months to kind of do shit,
Yeah.
and then COVID
Yeah.
hit. So it sucked.
Yeah.
you know
it
it
did.
sucked. But you know everything's going well now.
Right.
I love life.
picking up.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
love
it
life
is.
out here. So it's been super super lit.
Yes. I
Okay,
love
so you
that.
already chose 2 and 4.
Okay.
Oh, so you have 1, 3, 5, and 6.
I'll do 1.
1? All right. If you could be an animated character, who would it be and why?
An animated character?
Go.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
There's too many.
Disney, a superhero.
Oh my god. Oh my god. What about Elastigirl?
Elastigirl. Yeah. I mean, that works.
That works.
Yeah, that works. Yeah.
But you got 16 seconds, so you gotta explain why.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Well, I mean, she's like one person I could think of, but also
Okay.
I was like, oh, she's a little baddie for a
She
I mean,
is.
that is true. Yes.
for an animated character.
Yeah, that
she
is true.
is.
That
She's
is
like-
true.
She a little thick.
You know, just a little bit. You know, and she's flexible. She got superpowers. She's
Facts,
good.
facts, facts.
Yeah. She save people.
You know what? You're so far you're the only one that's taken as many sips from the drink.
Yeah, that is true.
You gotta pick that game back
I
up.
do.
She's not good under pressure.
Oh my god. Okay.
It's
wait.
all good.
Let
This
me
is
do
testing
better.
you. This is testing you.
I know. Okay.
Okay, so I got 3, 5, and 6.
3.
3. If God came up to you tomorrow and told you that he had to take one of your talents away forever, which talent would it be and why? This timer starts now.
My piano playing skills.
Why though?
Because I don't use it as often as I used to, and I did it for 6 years, and then I got over it. But I still love it, but
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't use it anymore.
passed.
Ooh, 10
Yeah,
seconds.
you passed. Hey, you passed on that
Hey,
one.
I thought that was gonna be a hard one.
Yeah, I
that
know.
was easy for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, like talents. Like, what do I not use anymore? Like,
Right, so you
That
got
is true.
5 and 6.
I'll do 6.
Okay, so this is gonna be a little bit of a weird one.
Oh no.
But if you could own an illegal wild animal, what would it be and why?
Go.
An illegal wild animal. Maybe a tiger?
A tiger.
Ooh.
Yeah. Well, it reminds me of The Walking Dead,
Oh,
but it was so cute, and
Yeah.
it's like a furry animal.
No,
and he would
tigers-
protect
You
me.
passed.
yeah, you passed that one.
Yay.
No, tigers are dope. Did you
Yeah.
ever see Tiger King?
Oh my god, actually
yeah.
no. I need to watch it. When people are talking about shows,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I'll get to it.
It is a good show, but like, yeah, it does show you like the beauty of tigers and stuff. And I
Right,
think
right.
tigers literally they're legal in certain states
Right?
to own or something like that. I know for sure not here. So
Yeah.
that is an illegal animal to own. But
Certain
yeah, I
countries.
mean, I actually don't even know what I would want to own. Like, I mean, if dinosaurs existed, I'd probably want to own like
Right?
a T-Rex.
Right, or
I
an
don't know.
elephant would
Or,
be cool.
oh, elephant would
Elephant
be
An
would be
dope.
elephant,
dope.
yeah, but like I wouldn't want to contain the elephant. I would
I
just
mean, yeah, of
want. I
course.
would want
Right.
a whole acre of land for them to.
Yeah.
I would want a baby elephant just to stay small.
I know.
A
that
mini
was so
elephant.
Yeah,
cute.
mini
Yeah,
elephant,
yeah,
dwarf elephant.
Dwarf
do
elephant.
they have those?
Yeah.
Do they have those?
I don't know if they have those.
No.
But, I don't know.
A
I don't
little
know.
a defect maybe.
That's probably hard to find.
I know.
Yeah, that's
Let's
hard to find.
genetically make one.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
for pets. All right, so last question. Who was the most rememberable celebrity you've met and why?
Oh,
Timer starts now.
I would say French Montana.
French Montana.
Oh, why?
Because when I was at the station and like we met him, he was the only person that like hugged us, like took photos, actually had conversations, and like looked you in the eye.
Oh, no.
So he just gave off a good energy, and he wanted everyone in the room to be included, no matter who you were.
That's
He
dope.
does not look like the type to do that.
He was so nice.
Yeah.
Like we were taking shots, and it was like during Thanksgiving. He was like, "Hey, it's Friendsgiving. Like let's
Oh,
go."
shit.
Like,
Oh,
Yeah, that's
Friendsgiving.
dope.
That's
yeah,
dope.
he was
Yeah,
so
that's
he was
dope.
super dope. So
Yeah.
that is probably my favorite that I've met.
That's
Okay,
awesome.
Yeah.
that's dope. Yeah,
Yeah, that's awesome.
You made it. You
Yeah.
made it past
hey,
the game.
thank you. Yeah,
Yay!
thank you for playing our game.
Yes.
We hope you enjoyed it.
I
Yes.
did.
But we're gonna dive right back in.
Yeah, so
Okay.
so speaking about the station, I saw you previously worked at Power 106.
Oh, I did.
And you met some
That's
big
awesome.
people. Were you their photographer there? Or
No, I was actually just an intern. So
Oh, really?
when
Okay.
I was a journalism major at Cal State, I needed an internship to graduate.
Yeah.
So I hit up one of my friends. I knew she worked there. Shout out Mackenzie. That's my girl.
Hey.
And I knew she was there. I was like, dang, like, do you guys do internships? She was like, yeah. Like, so I call interviews auditions. 'Cause of dance. I applied.
That's how you know you're a dancer.
I know, sorry,
I
I
auditioned.
applied. I applied to do it was like a social media intern. So
Okay.
with that, you could like bring your camera, like you helped out. I was with the night show. So it was
Okay.
like
Okay.
6:45 till like whenever it ended. Sometimes
Yeah.
I was there till like the latest was probably 2:30 or 3 if they had like a
wow.
freestyle come in, like an artist,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, and like
It's late night.
So they film that shit late at night?
well, we do it that day.
Like the leakers, right?
Yes,
The leakers,
yeah,
yeah.
that's the one I was on.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like that day was crazy when I stayed till 2 because YG came unexpectedly and then Tyga came after, so they had to switch some stuff around.
Oh wow.
But yeah, like I'll stay late and like everyone's super dope. Like we all kick it, we all hang out, we
Yeah.
all go
Yeah.
party together.
so
So,
as an
that's dope.
intern, like, what did you actually do when you were on the station?
so I would help make topics like to talk about on the show, like
Oh, okay.
certain news reports. I would help, like I would send Mackenzie stuff that I found, or like
Mm-hmm.
I would send it to like the producer at the time.
Uh-huh.
I would help answer like the phones, like clear calls.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, I even had to, like, even intern things, like, you gotta go get coffee every now and
Yeah,
then. It's
of
all
course,
good.
yeah, of
It's all
course.
good,
No,
you know?
yeah,
Yeah.
No, and I think that, that's even in the film industry in general, they have those coffee runners.
Yeah.
But technically, you're a PA. A PA is pretty much a coffee runner.
Yeah.
You're helping with everything in production, so it's like you gotta run and get that shit no matter what. So.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure. So like meeting these big people, especially at the station, like,
Uh-huh.
did you ever get like starstruck or nervous when you see them?
I mean, at first, like, I mean, I feel like I'm good about, like, keeping my cool, but, yeah, like, it's like, oh my god, like, they're just, like, coming up, like, out of nowhere, you know? And
Right,
some
right.
people some of the celebrities are nicer than others. Like,
Oh, I bet.
the older ones are way more, like, I feel like because they're seasoned, like they're not, obviously, like I said, they're not as like cocky about it. So
Yeah.
like the
Right.
younger ones, they're like, I'm not gonna look at you, like I'm gonna
Yeah,
fuck, you know,
exactly,
Right.
exactly.
you know. But
Yeah.
like it's still cool to
Yeah.
Right, right,
see
to see them.
to see them, yeah. And it's nice when they actually like talk to you, like
Oh,
you're
yeah,
like you're a
acknowledge you.
person,
Yeah.
yeah, acknowledge
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
So, but yeah, it was good. It was fun.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome.
No, for
So,
sure.
we didn't mention in your intro, though, and scrolling through your IG, and you already mentioned it to us, though, that you were a dancer in a dance crew, Team Millennia, I believe, if that's how
That's
you
big.
pronounce it.
Yes.
You guys also won, like, a big-ass trophy. I saw that photo, you holding a big-ass trophy.
Oh yeah.
So, are you still currently dancing today, or is that, like, left in the past now?
Well, okay. I haven't danced in a few years.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. There's just like some life instances that made me feel like, okay, like I'm gonna like let that be for now. And I obviously went more toward like photography.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I've taken classes here and there, like pre-COVID, not since like everything's opened back
Yeah.
up.
Right.
But yeah, I really want to get back into it. Oh, I miss it so much.
Yeah.
And I'm still see like a good amount of like my dancer friends,
Yeah.
and like obviously I do a lot of photo shoots for them.
Yeah.
So yes, it's not left in the past. I'm gonna make a comeback.
Hey, that's
let's
the perfect
go.
time to now even try the whole, shutter speed.
Right.
and-
I'm like, actually,
Shooting
like, can I
dancers.
sit out this group?
Yeah,
and just-
exactly. Exactly. There
Take
you
some
go.
photos.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, there you go.
So I'm
Yeah.
assuming you started dancing before photography.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. I've always danced. I've danced since I was like 5. It was like this. It wasn't anything crazy. My cousins were like, "Oh, like, do you want to do this on Saturdays with us?" And she was actually a Lakers girl at the time,
Oh, okay.
but she held private classes for like groups in like her garage. Her whole dance studio was a garage.
Uh-huh.
We called her Atamyra.
Ate Myra.
Yeah,
Atamyra.
Atamyra. She always did like our classes, and then I would dance
Okay.
with. She like trained us in like jazz, hip hop, ballet for like 6 years, and then
Okay.
I joined TM Juniors. I think when I was 13.
What does TM stand for?
Team
Team Millennia?
Oh, Team Millennium.
Yeah, but the
See,
junior team.
CSULB.
No, it's
You
okay.
got CSULB over here.
Hey, I honestly did not think about that.
No, it's okay.
CSULB.
I don't think TM Juniors is. I don't think we have a junior team anymore. But at the time, yeah, like our junior team was like I did like our summer intensive for a few years.
Okay.
And then I joined the junior team for 4 years, and then I was on TM for another 4 years.
So you've been dancing for
Yeah.
a long time.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Taking a lot of different types of classes, it sounds like.
Yeah. So like, yeah, hip hop is definitely my favorite.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
But like, I
That's
want
what
to try to
was
take
gonna
like heels classes and stuff more. That's like, you know, that's going on a lot now.
Yeah.
ask.
So,
No, it is, yeah.
That takes some skills.
Yeah.
And some strength.
Yeah, and some
Right.
strength.
Yeah.
I just bought my shoes.
Okay.
That's
So
like
ready.
specific, like, you know, like good for like heels classes. So
Yeah.
I'm like,
Okay.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Are you gonna have the knee pads and everything too? Or
I
you-
should get some knee pads. huh?
Yeah. Probably for the beginning at
Yeah,
least.
Right,
until you
right.
built up to it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
exactly.
I've done heels classes before. They're so much fun, but I guess like going back into it now, I just
Right.
like, I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm like nervous. I got to build my confidence back
Yeah.
up in that.
Yeah, no, I see that. So switching
right.
from a dancer to a photographer, like,
Uh-huh.
do you think dance has helped you, like, you know, be more creative and have a different perspective when it comes
Oh, yeah.
to photography?
For sure, because a lot of the times when I'm posing people, like not even
Right.
just dancers, but posing people. I feel like because I'm still very active and like I'm very aware of my body because I've danced for so long.
Right.
I literally don't mind. I will tell the model, I'm like, I'll show you like how to do it. I'll literally do it for them.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it's kind of the most, but like I'll do it for them and be like, okay, like if you do this and you move this here, they're like, oh wow, like I didn't even
Right.
see it that way, you know? So I really try to help them in
Right.
like their posing.
Yeah.
And like I feel like directing people and coaching, because in dance, like you're always like teaching people things.
Right.
And,
Yeah.
you know, you have to like just keep track of like what you're telling them. And so I feel like when I'm directing people and like creative directing, it helps because
Yeah.
I can
Right.
see the whole package as opposed to just like, oh, I'm just taking pictures of you and you look good.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I feel the same way. That's why, like, you know, coming from a dance background, it's funny that you mention it because I do the same when it comes to like poses.
Yeah.
Instead of like touching them and moving them,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, what if you do this?
Yeah, like I'll
you
just
know,
like,
I'll
I
just
do
show
the
them.
same.
Yeah. And I'm just like, yeah. So like definitely like dance has definitely opened up my mind when it comes to like photography.
But for me,
So,
you know,
like,
like I'm not a dancer, so
Yeah.
when I'm trying to show them the poses doing it, I feel hella awkward doing it. I'm like, do I look weird
Yeah.
doing this? You know, like it's
Right.
fucking
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
Wait, what team were you on? I'm curious.
Oh, Team John. Yeah. I don't got a team.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
okay.
No,
Just-
but you were on a couple crews.
Yeah, I mean, I've made dance crews back in the day from Seattle. So
Oh, nice.
I was mostly like as a freestyler. So I did
Okay.
battles, you know, hosted
wow.
events,
Kudos,
you know,
I could
MCs.
never.
Yeah, so like I've never, you know, taken that many classes before. I've taken a lot of workshops. But yeah, you know, choreo has always been something that I've always wanted to. I've made, you know, a lot of when I was in a crew that I kind of like formed
Yeah.
for myself because like back in like ABDC, like, you know, I was super inspired by
my God,
Jabberwockies and stuff
yeah.
like that. So I created my own crew and we started performing at different places and stuff like that, trying to
Hell
be
yeah.
like ABC, like
Yeah.
potential type
Yeah.
of thing. Yeah. So,
love that.
So yeah. And then, so I've always made choreo, but I never really taken a class at just like watching YouTubers, Brian
Right.
Puspos, Ian Eastwood, stuff like that.
Yeah, the heavy hitters.
Right. So now that I'm in LA, like I've always wanted to take more classes. I took one class in Snow Globe and it was
Snow
hard.
Globe, yeah.
Yeah. So freestyling and choreo is like two different
worlds.
Yeah, it's two different worlds
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah. Going into dance, like, did any of your dance connections like kind of correlate into your photography?
I'm trying to think. Connections.
I guess you
Oh.
started shooting with some dancers, right? When you
Yeah,
first started
yeah.
out, too?
I would say, well, the whole reason how I got like into fashion was because one of my friends, she's like, oh, I love her so much. My best friend Jericho, his sister Alexa, she's like I think she does like, she's big on YouTube and TikTok now.
Okay.
Her name's the Nava Rose. She does like fashion.
Oh,
and
Rachel
stuff.
knows her too, or on YouTube. But you know her personally?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's
So
dope.
I've been close to her since I was like 16 or so. She was like, she was our dance captain, but she's my best friend's sister also. So like we've all grown up together.
Yeah.
But she got me like, she's literally gotten me all my jobs. Like
Oh, that's crazy.
for like when I worked at like Volcom, like as a photo shoot assistant, like she got me that. When I was at, it's like SHEIN, but it was like a sister group. Like she got me that too, and I feel like ever since then, like that's where my love for photography kind of started, because I was always behind the camera, kind of watching photo shoots unfold and all this stuff. So like she's one really big one in dance she's really helped me with everything. So
That's dope. Shout
That's
out
dope,
to her.
yeah.
yeah. So like that, and then I feel like a lot of the dancers that I shoot, oh, it's just so fun shooting with them. Like I feel like I've shot a lot of the dance community.
Yeah, no, I like shooting with dancers too because you know they're already comfortable with their own
Yeah,
body,
they
so
are,
they
yeah.
kind of already know the poses
and they're outgoing.
Yeah,
How
they're
are you guys
outgoing. Yeah,
shot dancers, but you haven't shot them in motion yet? Come on,
I don't
guys.
know, right? Yeah.
Come on, guys.
That's so true.
That is true.
Yes.
We need to try to do a shoot.
Yes,
like
We
that.
do.
there you
I've
go.
always wanted to do like dancers in motion with like a fisheye lens because I feel like
That'd
you
be
really
fire.
get
dope, yeah.
close and it's wide enough to
Yeah.
get the whole body. Like and
Yeah.
I see it in music videos and stuff
Yeah.
all the time. So doing that
Yeah.
as a photographer, like as a still, that would be crazy.
And that would be creative
Yeah.
because, you know, I feel like there isn't a lot of photographers that do
Right,
that shit.
yeah.
Not a lot of
Yeah.
photographers do I mean, with the fisheye look, but even a lot of stills of them in motion. Like,
Yeah,
I'll go through my
yeah.
Explorer or whatever. I never see that.
Right.
Like, you know, it's so rare. Like, I'm so used to just seeing regular portraits, and
Right.
because that's more popular.
Yeah.
You
Now
know,
that we
so-
said it, we got to do it before somebody takes it.
Yeah,
I know.
that's-
Takes that
okay.
idea. We gotta,
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
episode is
we
going
gotta
up
make
in
it
like 2
happen.
weeks, so you guys better do that before.
I gotta buy
I know.
fisheye lens.
Yeah, I know, right? Put some money down.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they are.
for sure. Like going back into dancing, as most dancers know, like being a choreo head is super like hard and difficult for choreo heads to do freestyle.
Oh my God, yeah.
And vice versa, freestylers, you know, have a hard time taking class, like me. Have you ever entered a battle or tried to like freestyle, like in the shower, maybe, or
Oh
you know,
my
somewhere
God.
In the
random?
shower?
Yeah.
I feel like
Imagine slipping while you're freestyling.
I
and shit.
freestyle in the shower sometimes. I have the music on. I'm just like,
Right,
damn, this
right.
heat, this steam. I'm just like, ooh.
Ooh, I
I
feel
can
it.
only
Yeah, I
imagine,
feel it.
like, if you guys slip or something, that's fucking
I
crazy.
know. I've never entered a battle or anything, but like
Yeah.
when we were on when I was still on TM, like we would have days like this was when like older TM, they would literally make us. We would have to do a freestyle circle.
Oh, really?
And everyone would have to go in.
Yeah.
I hated it so much. Like
Yeah.
I'm not good at freestyling. I feel like because I'm good at taking directions, so it's like, oh my
Okay.
God, what do I do? You know.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
I feel like the few times I have like freestyle, it's usually like everyone's like vibing at a party, like you
Yeah,
know, like
yeah.
the dancer parties are
Yeah.
like,
Oh, yeah,
pretty
yeah.
hype, you know, and
Exactly.
then no pressure, like
Yeah.
and then it's fun. but if
Circle,
it's
yeah.
like everyone's staring at you and like
Yeah,
then I'm
no,
not
for
good
sure.
at it.
Yeah,
But I want to be.
that's how I feel when I do classes, you know, when they section off you into groups, and
Oh.
I'm like, I look so horrible. But
No.
then after the class, you know, or after the section, you know, there's a little part where like some people like freestyle
Yeah,
afterwards.
so
that's
after.
what I did at Snow Globe. I was like, the choreo
this is
was
my
trash.
time, though,
Yeah,
bro. Like-
and then I just went in and like everybody started being hype. I'm like, damn, I'm glad I redeemed myself.
Yeah.
because
Wait, that happened at
Yay.
Snow Globe?
That happened at Snow Globe.
okay.
Actually,
You
Oh,
never
I
told me
love
that.
that.
Yeah, me and
Renzi, right?
Yeah, for
Okay,
Renzi's
yeah,
class. Me and Jonathan, I went with one of my friends. He's performed before, but he's not really technically a dancer. He just like kind of does it for fun.
He does a
Yeah.
lot of freestyle. He'll be
Yeah.
like, we'll be in the car and he'll be like fucking dancing and shit. It's
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
random.
I'm a car
Yeah.
freestyler.
Yeah.
I'm feeling it.
That's how you start
Super
sometimes.
random,
Yeah,
though.
that's how you warm up too.
Yeah.
Get the
Right.
ideas flowing. But yeah, at the class, it was his first dance class too. So like we did terrible at the class. You know, it was so hard. It's so hard to like mimic, you know, the choreographer and try to perfect it into like
way they're doing
the
it.
way they're
Yeah.
doing it. And so yeah, so after that section, we both were like, we looked at each other, we're like, we gotta do this. So he started freestyling like after the little section was
Yeah.
done, and then once he started going in, like we made a cipher,
circle? Yeah.
a circle pretty much, and then I started going in, and then yeah, it was like it was
Oh,
a
that's
vibe
dope.
for sure.
I love that.
And then I didn't know. I was like, oh, are they gonna post it? I don't know. And then like so after the event was done, I hit up Snow Globe on DMs, and I was like, oh, I was wondering if I could get the clip. They were like, oh, you have to like come in and you
yeah.
have to like get it after class. I didn't.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how you
They
know.
like
I'm not
they
a
airdrop it
choreohead.
to you.
Yeah, I was like, you can't just like send it to me now.
Right,
I know you
I
guys
know.
have it.
Right.
Maybe they have it in their archives still.
No, they do. They said they don't delete anything. So
Okay.
anytime you go back there, just let them know like kind
Oh,
of the
nice,
date range,
yeah.
and you know they could give it.
I
to
guess you
so
just
yeah.
have to remember the date you were there and shit.
Right.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
okay. So,
probably.
yeah.
Yeah, I gotta go back.
After class, yeah, they give it to you.
Yeah, I didn't
Okay.
know that. See, that's the thing. Yeah. So speaking about dance, like, who are some of your biggest dance inspirations?
Oh my gosh, I feel like dances like I haven't done it in so long.
There's like new ones coming out. And,
Yeah, honestly-
Yeah, all the time. Yeah.
People like I'm old. Okay, I'm 28. Like when I was in the dance,
I'm old.
I'm turning 28 this year.
Oh.
Yeah.
I feel like when I was in the dance scene, like I guess I could say like you know who I've in the past like when I
Yeah.
was dancing more
Would
like
you watch?
like Ellen Kim was like
Kim, yeah.
she was so good. Kyle Hanagami.
Got me. Yep.
Like Isabel, she was always dope. Like I
know.
remember when she
Everybody
first
loves
came
her.
on the scene, everyone was going crazy.
Yeah.
Who else? Like Candace Brown, Jojo Gomez.
yeah.
I still watch a bunch of dancers. Nicole
Oh, yeah.
Kirkland. Oh,
Oh,
I
yeah.
love her. Yeah.
A lot of
Aaliyah
like
Janelle. Yeah.
heavy choreo.
We interrupt this episode with a word from our sponsor. Are you a gamer and looking to amp up your gaming setup? Then we've got an amazing gaming brand for you. Tilted Nation strives to get their customers involved with their development process of new products in order to establish a personal connection and not to mention truly optimized products for the gaming community. They want to go beyond developing amazing products and to lead the gaming community into a united community that works together. A community that pushes gaming essentials to unimaginable heights. They've hooked us up with amazing gear such as this gaming headset stand.
mouse pads, and this awesome laptop RGB stand right below my laptop. And now they're hooking you guys up. Use the discount code Artistry Drop on their website, link below, and receive a 15% discount. Now back to the show.
Hitters.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, for me, since I came, mostly from a freestyle, I liked choreographers who kind of like incorporated like freestyling into their choreo.
Mm-hmm.
So like a lot of people who do like conceptual choreos, like Brian Puspos, Ian Eastwood back in the day,
dope.
Lyle Beniga, one of
A while, yeah.
yeah, Keone, like all those people who I watch, and it's crazy that like I've been watching that crowd of choreo heads here in LA for so long that I've seen Sean grow up,
Yeah.
and all these little Trevor, I saw all these people who were like under them grow into like these big choreographers now.
Yeah, they're so
Melvin
good.
Tim, like it's just
yeah.
it's just crazy
Bailey.
seeing the girl Bailey.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, I feel old.
Right? I'm like, oh, my body can't move like them anymore.
Right.
But I'm trying.
But
I'm
we're
trying.
trying,
We're trying.
Yeah, for sure.
No, that's dope though. So we did mention in your intro that you got your degree in journalism.
Yes.
What made you originally want to take up journalism, and is that like currently what you do outside of like photography and stuff? Still?
Okay, it was a journey trying to find my major. Like I first tried to major in psychology. That was not for me.
Oh, okay.
And then I was still working in the fashion industry at the time, so I took an intro into fashion class, but in the industry. So it was about like textiles and like how to like network and all this stuff, which was pretty dope at a community college because I went to Fullerton first.
Okay.
And I took that class, and then for the final, you had to make you had to pick a trend, like any type of trend. So I did bandana print, like paisley, and you had to basically talk about it through like each decade and like what technology made it like blow up and all this stuff. And it was a whole
That's
presentation.
deep.
Yeah. But after my teacher, she came up to me, and I only got a C in that class. I didn't do that great.
It's all good.
Yeah, but I got an A on the final.
Ooh, okay.
And she asked me, she's like, oh, like, are you, do you write? I was like, like, not really. Like, why? She's like, well, you should try to go write for like fashion magazines. Like the way you write is just very like concise and to the point, and like the way you explain everything was really good. She's like, you should just try it. And I was like, okay, cool.
Okay,
Like,
yeah.
what? Like, I already like fashion, so.
Yeah.
I like looked into it. I was like, well, what major could I do for that? So I found journalism.
Okay.
And then I literally transferred within the next year, and then I graduated in a year and a half at Cal State. So,
Nice.
Oh, wow.
so like with journalism, like I think photography, it still goes into play.
Right, it does.
Like when I was at Cal State, it was so much fun. Like I loved doing journalism there.
Yeah.
Like it was obviously more writing based. I had to go through the whole news writing, magazine writing, but I loved the PR side I had to do. There was a social media class I had to do. I had to learn video, advanced video, and like obviously do an internship. So that is like where it started and like kind of took off.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is that still currently what you're doing right now, or?
No, I don't. I at first wanted to write. Like my first goal was like, okay, I want to write for a magazine or write for some kind of like blog or do something like that. But no, I don't really do that anymore. I feel like I'm more on the visual end, which is where the photography comes in.
And at least you're on the path of photography now. Like, do you feel like when you took your classes at journalism, was it a waste of time for you?
Oh no.
Okay.
I loved it
because you could still use that shit today.
Yes, because they literally taught you, like, I'm so grateful, like all the technology that they let us use, because they would give us like, we were grateful enough to have like a room of like what is it, like MacBooks?
MacBooks,
like, yeah. So like the desktops.
Yeah,
so
the
like they
desktop,
would let us do like video. We literally showed us how to make a website and like put photos up and like composition and everything. So part of what I know is from being in that class. Yeah. And
so that even got you pretty much. It helped get you into photography pretty much too as well.
For sure.
And that's good.
Find what I like about the visual aspect, because they literally made us do everything. They made us, they even tried to make us, they had us do a podcast for one of our finals. They had us do, you had to have a website, you had to do like multiple videos, like to even graduate, or else you don't like, so you had to like be versed in everything.
No, that's awesome. You
Yeah.
know, like, because I feel like, when I went to film school, I went to 2 film schools.
Oh, wow.
The first one I went to was back home in Seattle. And, I ended up finding about the LA Film School, which is based here, of course. So that's the one I graduated from. But when I went back home for holiday break 2019 after moving down here, watching a movie. I see a dude that literally I went to film school with. Did not even pursue it anymore whatsoever.
Oh, what?
So I'm like, bro, like, did you waste your time doing that? Or, you know, that's why I wanted to ask you, is because, you know, you went to school for journalism, but you found a different passion now.
Yeah, from it.
From it, that's what I'm saying.
Still kind of related, yeah.
It's still related,
Yeah,
but him, totally different. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
so it's like, did you waste your time doing that shit?
I
you know?
yeah, I definitely don't think so, because also I love this whole storytelling aspect that comes with
That's true,
like
yeah.
video and photos.
Yep.
Right.
And that's why I like journalism, because I liked like literally making everything come alive.
Yeah.
Like regardless if it was writing or visual.
Yeah,
And I think it comes
Yeah.
it comes in handy anyways, like that you have it in your pocket. You know,
Yeah.
journalism in general, like, you know, like now you know what goes on with journalism, you can use it at any time.
Right,
That you
yeah.
want to.
For sure,
So
yeah.
yeah, that's awesome though.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
awesome.
It goes
I-
hand in hand. it
Yeah,
looks like.
I'm very grateful for my journalism.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
so much fun. College was hype.
It seemed like it. I see so.
Yeah, CSULB
CSULB.
representing.
So aside from your art, I see you've been going hard in the gym as well.
Oh my
I
gosh.
saw that. You know, you were supersetting them hip and squat abductors and
God.
everything. I'm super into fitness as well. So I wanted to know, like, how has your fitness journey kind of contributed to your artistry?
Oh wow. I definitely feel like, you know, being fit for so long has helped, especially with like when I would model for people just for fun.
Right.
I also think it just like, well, I really do it for, you know, just for myself, like my
Right, right.
mental, but I feel like for artistry, how can I'm trying to think of a I'm trying to think.
You know, maybe like when you model, like he definitely gave you like more confidence, more.
Oh
like-
yes, for sure. Because I mean, what made me start going to the gym was like I was just in a bad relationship. I was in a bad place, and then I really like lost myself. So then when
Yeah.
I started to like go, I was like, okay, like I kind of feel like I got this down, you know. And then
right.
everything kind of came from it, just from like me having good habits and.
Right.
And, you know, just working on myself, I got a lot of more opportunities. So yes, confidence has definitely like helped, or the gym has definitely helped with my confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also like, I feel like with artistry, like sometimes honestly at the gym too, I would like dance if I ever had to choreo
really?
anything.
Yeah.
I would go in the room and stuff, and like I had friends that worked at the gym. They would
Yeah.
literally let me move the bike racks out, and I would plug my aux into the
Oh,
thing, and I
that's
could
dope.
lock the
Yeah.
door.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Yeah. Do you ever get like shy, like when people can see you like rehearsing in the gym?
Not
No?
really. Like I feel like also when I'm at the gym, I have my hat on, like
Okay.
headphones in. I like
You're in your zone.
Zone.
I
Yeah.
am. Yeah, it's so annoying when people try to talk to you at the gym.
Oh, I bet.
Hey, no, you know what? Even for me, like I wouldn't even say just the gym. It's like if I'm listening to music, I'm watching a movie. Don't talk to me.
Right.
Yeah,
Like,
literally.
Yeah.
She does that to me all the time. Like,
No,
we'll
don't
be
call her out.
I do.
That's my
I
girl.
do. I do. Like, we'll be watching a movie, and she's all like trying to touch me, and I'm like, I'm watching a movie.
She
Can
loves you. Don't do
I mean, I know,
Yeah.
but it's like I'm watching a movie. Like, please.
Go sit in your corner.
It's a girlfriend
It
thing.
is, it is. And she loves still doing it, even though I'm like, love, like, please, like, I'm watching a movie.
She's like, no, but I just want to be near you.
No, and then
Yeah.
so even when we watch movies at theaters, sometimes like I'll be so in the zone, and then I turn and she's just staring at me. I'm like,
Oh, I
what
love
the-
that.
I'm like, sometimes.
I'm like calling her out right now.
Yeah.
Oh no, I do this all the time. It's okay, no worries.
Oh my
Like yeah,
God.
sometimes I'm like, stop looking at me, like it's creepy and stuff. Like she'll be creeping on me and stuff like that. But no,
that's
I
love.
yeah, like I get what you're saying. Like when you're in the zone, it's like don't talk to me or
Yeah.
you know something like that.
Like,
So
like you asked me about creepy people. I've experienced more creepy people at the gym
Oh, yeah,
than
I
I
bet.
do with photography, because I
Yeah.
feel like I'm business mode, but for some reason at the gym,
is it because dudes are all around and
yeah,
you know you're a female?
yeah, it's like
Trying to shoot their shot.
Yeah.
you
But
should
in the
hear
weirdest-
some of the
weirdest
stories,
ways.
like
Can
the
you,
weird.
you can tell us.
I've seen
Yeah.
some on TikTok. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
It's
God!
like some weird
Yeah, you
stuff.
can tell us.
I had one guy hit on me twice
Oh.
within a few years span and didn't even remember. Like didn't even
Really?
remember me, but the way he did it, like, so I was like on the lap pull down machine now,
Okay,
and like
yeah.
it was where all the cables are, so it's like stationed, but you know it's like together.
Right, right.
And I was doing a set, and then he like looks at me and he's like, I'm like, yes. He goes, oh, are you doing back day? I was like, yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, right?
Obviously.
And he was like, oh, me too. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, cool. Right? So I put my headphones back on,
Yeah.
and then I do another set. He goes, like, he taps me, and I'm like, yes. Like, and I forgot. He asked me my race. I get that question all the time. He's like, are you mixed? I'm like, yes. I'm Filipino Japanese. He goes, I'm actually Thai, Samoan, and blah blah blah. And I was like, cool. Right? So I put my headphones back and I do another set, and then he taps me again.
Oh my god.
I'm like, what?
I would get pissed too.
I was
Yeah.
so pissed. And then I had my Long Beach hat, and he's like, do you go to Long Beach? And I was like, yeah, I do. And he was like, I go to Mount Sac for the firefighting program. I was like, he's like, because I'm a firefighter. Cool. And then he taps me again.
Oh my god.
I was so over it.
Yeah. Did you yell at him eventually?
I was just like,
like, bro, fucking stop.
I
didn't.
didn't. I just like gave him a look. He was like, sorry for wasting your time. I'm like, it's fine.
I don't know. I feel at that point, like, you were like taking off your earbuds or your headphones
Yes,
every
and I
single
had
time.
like the
Yeah.
big beats at the time.
Okay,
so
yeah.
I had like,
I would get
Right,
pissed.
right.
Like, you had to take that shit on and off like constantly, and
yeah.
I would be.
I see that shit all the time too. That's
Yeah.
why I don't even talk to girls like at the gym because I already know like they're there
They're
for
in their zone.
Yeah, they're
Right.
in their
Like
zone, yeah.
the gym is where the creepy people are at. That's,
Yeah, no,
I can see that now. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I can see that. Yeah, that's crazy. Hey, thanks for telling us that story.
Yeah.
All right,
more.
so
There's more.
if you want to,
No, it's okay. It's okay.
you can use the platform. Don't worry.
Spread awareness to
Spread
gym
awareness.
creeps.
There
Oh,
you
God.
go.
Don't
No.
be creepy. That's the message for
There
guys.
you
Let girls be.
Yeah, there you go. All right, Amy. Well, we're coming to the end of our podcast. Appreciate you coming on. If you didn't know, Artistry Drop is all about being inspirational to, everybody out there or, the next generation. So what advice would you give to like upcoming photographers or photographers in general?
I would say if you have an idea in your head, you probably don't have it for no reason. So you should really go after it. Like I truly feel like you're put like ideas or thoughts in your head, whether you believe in God, the universe, whatever, like you have a vision, like there's a reason why you have this. So you should really do what you can to follow it.
Yeah.
Don't ever let anyone say you can't do it. Like literally do what you can, take all the knowledge you can from anywhere, meet as many people as you can. Don't
Facts.
ever let anyone hold you back from your opportunities because like they're not looking out for you at that point.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
you got to do what you can for yourself.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
full send.
Yeah,
let's
that's,
go.
that's some great advice right there.
Yes, sir.
Any shout outs you want to give to our viewers?
Oh my gosh. Shout out to all my people that have helped me.
Play it
Yeah,
safe.
you're playing it safe. You don't remember, you don't know
No
the exact
names.
people, no names.
No. I mean, like everyone I've shouted out so far, like Curtis, Acacia,
Yeah.
my friend Varissa. She's an event photographer. She's fucking
Okay.
dope.
Dope.
She's helped me. Like Mackenzie, she's always helped me on my journeys. Alexa, all my friends. Like especially lately, I'm going through a whole life transition. So like literally all my friends, all my coworkers. Like I have the best people around me.
That's awesome.
That's dope.
And it's
yeah.
just like I'm literally surrounded by love. So
Yeah.
Let's
everyone
go.
knows who they are.
That's
you know?
awesome. That's awesome. Where
Sure.
can people find you on social media?
My Instagram is at Amy Maramba, AMYMARAMBA. I pretty much only have Instagram. I also have a TikTok, but like I don't really use it as much
You're
yet.
not a
so-
TikToker.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
watching them, but
Yeah,
like to
same.
make them is so much effort.
No,
so.
it is. And yeah, like I said, we appreciate you coming on the show. And guys, we are gonna link her social media in the description below, so no worries.
Yes,
But
sir.
yeah, thank you again, Amy, coming on the
Thanks,
show. We hope you had
Thank
a
you.
first great experience on a podcast.
You guys are dope.
Yes, sir. Thank
I
you.
love
Thank you.
it.
And we told you, you have nothing to worry about. No
She was
need
a
to-
little nervous.
She was a little nervous at first, but
Yeah.
guys, it was a conversation. That's all it was.
Thanks,
Yeah,
guys.
Of
You
course.
guys are
So,
great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So yeah, happy you came on. But guys, we hope you enjoyed this episode. If you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel yet, it's Artistry Drop. If you're not following us on Instagram, you can find us at the Artistry Drop. And if you prefer just listening, you can stream all our episodes on all major podcast platforms. And guys, we'll see you on the next one. Peace.